Hey everybody, High Mileage Rider here. What accessories have I put on the Super T over the winter? You'll see in a minute. So the winter here was long and cold, let me tell you. And I had lots of time to think about what was I going to do to the Super T this year to take it over the top. Well, let me turn this camera around and I'll show you everything we did. Well, first let's give you a close-up look of the Super T and you can see if you can find out or figure out what we did to the bike over the winter. There's a few things that should stand out right away. Alright, let's give you a little hint. Well, the first thing we did on this bike, as you can see, is our new Ram phone mount. So the beauty of this phone mount, unlike the other Ram mounts, is it has hooks on the top, hooks on the bottom, and on the side that you can adjust with these screws for the size of your phone. I now have a Samsung S21 Ultra, so you just clip it in the top, lift it up, and that's it. Easy in and easy out when you want to take a picture. Like all Ram products, it's held on the bottom with this U-clamp. If we walk around the back, you can see there's a ball on the top, and then you can buy different length arms, and then a ball that goes on the phone mount, and you just adjust it to where you want and tighten it. Now, while we're looking at the phone mount, you may notice something else different about the bike. I now have the Ram double take mirrors on this bike as well. And sorry, I will put a link to all of these new products in the description of the video for the phone mount, the mirrors, and the other things. So these Ram mount mirrors are marvelous. There was nothing really wrong with the mirrors that I had on the bike that came with it, other than as you would ride down the road and there'd be vibration, the mirror itself would go down and down and down, and you'd have to lift it back up, and then it would go down, and there was no adjustment that I could see to tighten it. So, given that I want to start doing a little more off-road riding, a buddy of mine had these on his BMW and loved them. And the nice thing is these can have two different functions. Obviously, it is a fully adjustable mirror, which will break away or move if you fall over and drop your bike. But the other really nice thing about it is that you could take this off here, exposing the ball, and you could put a second camera here if you're videoing as you're driving down the road, if you didn't want to put a separate mount, say, on your handlebar. These are fully adjustable. You just undo this clamp, which loosens the top and the bottom. You put it wherever you want, and then you tighten it back up. As well as being incredibly functional, I think they look absolutely amazing. So in order to put these Ram double take mirrors on your bike, you need a couple things for the Super T. The first thing you need is a mirror adapter kit from Oxford, which screws into where your old mirrors came out. And as you can see, I got mine from Riverside Motorsports. It was $13.99. And what you do is you just unscrew your existing mirror. This ball screws into the hole. And on the Super T, one has left threading, one has right threading. And they come that way in the box. And then the next thing you need is the actual mirrors. They come in this package. 2 in a package, $89.99. And again, I will put a link down below for the double take mirrors. So the next thing that I did to the bike is not quite done yet. I've put the mount here, and I just have to run the wiring, but I bought a accessory USB from WUP off of Amazon.ca. And these are 3 amp USB connections, and there's an on and off, there's a waterproof cap, and if you can see on the top of the picture, it actually shows your volts if you hook it up directly to the battery. So that'll be going on later this week. So the next accessory you'll probably notice on my bike is I've got new shoes on my baby. I decided to go with something with a little more aggressive of a profile. It's probably listed as a 70/30 tire. This is the Michelin the Michelin Anarchy Adventure. Sorry, my mistake. The Adventure model. Buddy of mine has these on his Super Tenere, and he found he was getting pretty similar mileage to what I was getting off my road tires. There is a little bit more road noise when you are cornering initially, but when you're going straight, it's the same as the road tires, the Michelin Pilot 5 Adventure Trails. And I just think they make the bike look better. That's the whole reason I got them, really. I just go down gravel roads, over some grass, getting up to some nice campgrounds. And we'll show you there on the back. So quite a nice tread pattern. Now the second last mod or accessory on the bike for this year is obviously probably the most prominent one that you can see at a first glance. I decided over the winter to take off all of the plastic and metal bits from the bike to clean them. So I took off the kick plates by the foot pegs, all these plastics, the fender, took everything off of the bike to clean the bike, to clean out all the electronics underneath, make sure everything was nice and tidy with cables, because I put a lot of miles on the bike and I want to make sure that nothing's going to get pinched, nothing's going to get too dusty, and so I'll be able to put the miles on it. Now, while I had them off, I noticed that the wrap that I had on the tank started to peel off, and it was wearing through, and it was showing its age after being on there for 2 years. So while I had them off, I decided to take the tins to a paint place in town called Baker Boyz and get a quote to see what it would cost to actually paint them red. And the wrap that I had on before was not really red per se. It was more of an orangey red because it matched what I had for decals that came on the bike, which was, it said T1200. So, long story short, I ended up leaving all the tins with the painters and the wheels, and they painted the pinstripe on the front and rear rims. They painted the side pieces. They painted the tank. They painted the upper body molding. And they painted the fender. And there's the kick plate on the other side for where the rear brake is. This is an actual red, as you can see. It's actually a candy apple red, which is a mixture of the candy apple red and silver. 4 coats of clear, and then I took it to a company here in town called G19 Graphics, and they put, I don't know if you can see the difference there, they put, there's the line, 3M. Clear 3M on the front, down the sides, around here on the other side, and over the whole tank where I didn't have the new tank protectors to protect the paint. So I think it looks absolutely amazing. Now, the last new accessory we have on the bike is actually a sticker. And here's what that sticker looks like. Does anybody recognize that handsome fellow and that beautiful bike? There you can see the color the bike used to be. And the color it is now. So this is a sticker I had made up for the channel. If you keep watching through the next few weeks, these will be available underneath the description of all the videos, and you will be able to order one. I just have to get all the logistics done. And of course all the other stickers of the places that I've been. And that is not all the stickers, but that's how many I put on so far before the weather got cold. So as always, if you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell notification so that YouTube lets you know when we have new videos come out, and like the video if you do like it. It really does help the channel. And until we see you in the next video, make sure keep that right hand cranked and the rubber side down.